What's up YouTube? So in today's video I'm going to show you guys kind of how I do wheelies on my pit bike. Aside from that previous video I already made on how to wheelie my 250 over here. A lot of you guys had some questions on how to do it, and I'm going to kind of clear that up and show you some different techniques using the pit bike and show you guys more clearly on how I do that. I'm going to talk about kind of like what pit bike or what bike is best for you, since in every like dirt bike video kids have like conversations about what bikes fit them and what they think fits them for their height and weight, but that's on every single dirt bike video. So I'm going to try to cover that a little bit, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the things I didn't cover in my last video. So I guess according to pit bikes or just any dirt bike in general, when you're wheeling, typically I sit further back on the seat. That way you can kind of get your balance a little better. So kind of sit farther back on the seat. I didn't cover that in the last video. If you guys want to check out that last video, I'll put the link down in the description below. Past that, what you got to do is sit further back on the seat and control your throttle steadily, like I said before. And then once you get that wheelie up there, you can kind of lean the bike side to side, like I said, and kind of find your balance. So to find your balance point, what I learned, or what I kind of used to do before I knew how to ride wheelies, is kind of just get the feeling of getting the front end off the ground before you try to hold the wheelies. So kind of just give it throttle, get a feeling of getting the front wheel in the air, get comfortable with that first, and then move on to trying to kind of ride the wheelie. What else? It's normally easier to learn on a less like kind of powerful bike, like a pit bike like I'm showing you today, versus my 250 over there. It's kind of more aggressive on that. It's more snappy obviously than a little pit bike, but once you get comfortable with like the more easy bike, kind of less aggressive bike, you can move up to those bikes. But if you guys don't have that option, I guess you kind of have to go straight to doing that. But on those bikes, if you have the power already, if you just crack on the throttle a little bit, the front end's going to lift up. Versus on these, you kind of have to lean into it and kind of balance a lot more than those bikes. So the next thing I'd say you could do is kind of drag your feet on the pit bikes. You can't really see my feet here, but what you can do is not put your legs or feet on the foot pegs themselves, and just kind of let them dangle right here. And then kind of lift up the front end and just drag. That way you can put your feet down either way. If you're gonna lean, you can kind of just let them flow with you, and then you can kind of just roll on the throttle and just control the throttle and not have to worry about balancing the wheelie. So then after dragging both your feet, you can go to the next step and only put one foot on. Preferably put the foot on where you can control the back brake. That way once you get to kind of past your balance point, you can tap your brake like I said in the previous video and bring your front end back down. So always cover your brake. That way if you do get beyond that point, you tap it or kind of just feather over the brake the entire time, and that way you won't break a back fender or you won't flip over your bike. A lot of people were saying that their brake lever is too high and they can't have their foot over top of the brake while riding. They have to have it off to the side. So what I did with mine, or on all my bikes, is I kind of lower it, so then it's when your foot's level on the foot peg, your brake is just below that. That way you can tap the brake and still have your foot over top of the brake and not off to the side. Alright, so another thing I'm going to tell you guys is kind of keep your arms fairly straight while you're doing it. Don't keep them bent or kind of hunched over, because when you're leaning back you can kind of find your balance better if you have your arms somewhat straight and you're kind of balanced on the bike. So kind of keep your arms straight on the handlebars and not bent. Next we'll talk about kind of shifting in your wheelie. Typically I start wheelies in this pit bike in first gear and then shift into second gear. So on any bike, typically on my bigger bike, I could start in first, second, third gear. I could just like feather the clutch and just get the front end up if I rev it out enough. But with this, I don't have a clutch. So it's more about just kind of pulling up on the bars and leaning back at the same time to get the front end up. So I'll start it in first gear, and then once I get fully revved out in first gear, I'll shift into second. But on that, you're gonna have to get kind of a little in your balance point or beyond that, because once you let off the throttle, your front end's going to drop down. So you have to do it really quick and shift into second gear while you're kind of past that balance point, and then keep going on your throttle steadily. That way you can keep the front end in the air, and then keep shifting as far as you can depending on what kind of pit bike you have. But yeah, so kind of go from there, learn the whole shifting aspect first, and just learn how to ride it in the first gear, not going very far first before you start shifting. But once you get beyond that, you can start shifting in your wheelies and kind of go a little further. If you guys have any other ways on how to wheelie or tips for other people, definitely post a comment down below. Let me know, let other people know, help them out, have a little conversation going, like I said, in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more kind of how-to videos on how to ride dirt bikes or different techniques, definitely post a comment on what you want to see and what you want me to make videos on, and I'll try to do that. So definitely subscribe so you can see more of those, and like and share this video like you guys always do. And I will see you guys in my next video. Also, here is a shout out to an awesome sticker company that hooked it up with some cool custom stickers. Their company is stickerapp.com. I'll put their link down in the description below. And they sent out some cool clap stickers, as you can see right here. Some cool custom stickers I made of myself right here, and then some random stickers. Here is another picture of their company logo right there, stickerapp.com. So if you guys want to buy these clap stickers, definitely post a comment down below. Let me know if you guys would even want me to make these and sell these. So definitely post a comment down below. I'll definitely be putting these on some random stuff. I have about 150 here. So like I said, definitely check out their website. I'll put the link down in the description below.